Hello. On account of it being the holy days, I thought I would do a reading of one of the holy books, that is Liber Tzaddi, the Hamus Hermeticum. The interesting thing about the holy books is that a lot of people don't give them a lot of attention. People who are magicians or mystics, tantrists, meditators, they think, well, holy books, let's talk about holy books in general now, not just specifically the holy books of Thelema or magical holy books, but in general, they think, well, that's for religious people. That's for people who aren't actually doing things, right? They're studying these texts, but they're not actually, doing rituals or magic or meditation or tantric sex or whatever. This is really an unusual position to take, because all of the work of the spiritual discipline depends on not you're learning a cookie cutter formula of a ritual, of a meditation or something like that, but if you're understanding a cosmology, the system beyond the method, so that you know how to get there yourself. You can't do that just by imitating a ritual somebody else wrote or a meditation practice without understanding what it is you're doing, right? You need a system that presents you with a set of symbols and concepts, and that's what holy books are for. And in fact, in terms of magic, a lot of magicians, if they get, the big book of, magic in theory and practice or something like that, they skip right to the end. They miss the other stuff. They don't do the yoga. They don't worry about the holy books. They don't care too much about the descriptions of the magical tools or about the formulas of magic. And this is a backwards way of handling it, because what you need first is the symbols. And so the holy books of Thelema, just like most holy books, are filled with some very complex and unusual symbolism, just like the Bhagavad Gita is, just like the Shiva Sutras are, just like the Chaldean oracles, everything, every real holy book, the Bible too, the Old Testament, of course, and the book of Revelation, they're all filled with these complex symbolic images that, to someone who does not have training in them, someone who hasn't studied them, are going to be either meaningless, or the meaning that they take from it is going to be a shallow or literalist meaning. But if you actually explore and try to understand, and in the case of the holy books of Thelema, if you just read it once, it'll probably seem like gibberish to you. In the case of most of the holy books, you won't understand what is being said until you start developing a grounding in cosmology. And the only way that this works is you do that and you do the practices at the same time, because you can't confirm or crystallize your theoretical understanding if you're not practicing, right? But you do these things. You do the basic practices and you study the text. And if you do those things, then these symbols become unlocked to you, and you start to see and understand them in different ways than you did before. And then you start to realize that the symbols that are there are the fundamental symbols of the work, and that using these symbols, you can make what it is that you want out of the system. You don't have to use you don't have to use the rituals of the old time, the other rituals that were already given to you, that were in the back of the book. You now know how the actual building blocks work, and you can use these building blocks. You can use these symbols, and it becomes your thing and not something you're copying. So this is the importance of holy books. And I'm going to proceed now to read from the holy books, Liber Tzaddi, the Hamus Hermeticus, also known as Book 90. In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. I fly and I alight as a hawk. Of mother of emerald are my mighty sweeping wings. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. Children of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. All that you do is aright, if so be that ye enjoy it. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. I pour you lustral wine that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. Come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth, because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadows. They flee away, but my joy abideth unto the end. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a black and terrible God. With courage conquering fear ye shall approach me. Ye shall lay your heads down upon my altar, expecting the sweep of the sword. But on the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery until they can no longer stand upright, them will I despise. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety and force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. Light, life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. Only if ye are sorrowful, or weary, or angry, or discomforted, then ye may know that you have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Aloysius. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful, these are mine enemies, and I am come to destroy them. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. O my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. You must not fade in your season. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. This immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I offer you certain consciousness of bliss. I offer it once on earth. Before an hour hath struck upon the bell, ye shall be with me in the abodes that are beyond decay. Also I give you power earthly and joy earthly, wealth and health and length of days. Adoration and love shall cling to your feet and twine around your heart. Only your mouths shall drink of a delicious wine, the wine of Iacchus. They shall reach ever to the heavenly kiss of the beautiful God. I reveal unto you a great mystery. Ye stand between the abyss of height and the abyss of depth. In either awaits your companion. That companion is yourself. You can have no other companion. Many have arisen, being wise. They have said, seek out the glittering image in the place ever golden, and unite yourselves with it. Many have arisen, being foolish. They have said, stoop down into the darkly splendid world, and be wedded to that blind creature of the slime. I, who am beyond wisdom and folly, arise and say to you, achieve both weddings. Unite yourselves with both. Beware, beware, I say, lest ye seek after the one and lose the other. My adepts stand upright, their head above the heavens, their feet below the hells. But since one is naturally attracted to the angel, and the other to the demon, let the first strengthen the lower link, and the last attach more firmly to the higher. Thus shall equilibrium become perfect. I will aid my disciples. As fast as they acquire this balanced power and joy, so faster will I push them. They shall in their turn speak from this invisible throne. Their words shall illumine the worlds. They shall be masters of majesty and might. They shall be beautiful and joyous. They shall be clothed with victory and splendor. They shall stand upon the firm foundation. The kingdom shall be theirs. Yea, the kingdom shall be theirs. In the name of the Lord of Initiation. Amen.